If you are looking for a fly that will have lots of movement, look no further than Brents Dredger. Today he is tying up one of his favorite colors to swing in front of Steelhead. This fly tracks great behind a sink tip or floating line.
Well, good day. Welcome to another segment on the bench. Today I'll bring you a little dredger, the Steelhead dredger, and we will start here. I have a beak hook in the vise. It's a size 2 laser beak hook. I'm going to be using some 50-pound Power Pro braid on the front here. And if you want to use wire, if you like to use wire, go for it. I like to use a braid because it swings in the current more. This is a really nice fly to swing. Lots of movement. So just my thread wound up in there. I've got these black rabbit strips. These are super strips. These are wider strips. Just turn this upside down. The hook is going to ride upright. I'll just pierce the leather on it right here. And that's it for now. I'm going to set that aside. And we'll bring in our lead shank. There's a size 2 salmon hook here. I'm going to be cutting that off. I'm using some 3/0 flat thread here to tie with. Get a good base on our shank. Put it back a little bit short. So now we will bring in our rabbit. Like a strip here, you can measure it however you want. It's kind of good just to kind of get this Power Pro out of the way. We can kind of gather up, see what we want to do. So I'm going to measure how long I want the trailer hook there. I want that about right there. That's good. So I'm going to wrap this all down good and tight, coming forward. Oh, that's always a great idea just to stick that hook in your finger just to show you how sharp they are, those laser sharps. That is almost brutal. Now, so I wrap this back over itself, the Power Pro braid, coming back over itself again. Now, I like the way this Power Pro lays down so nice and flat. Okay. And we've got this nasty piece of rabbit. So now we want to bring that back over here. Just going to tuck that back in out of the way a little bit. Give myself a little clip here just to remind myself it's there. I got a little more work to do on this up front. So what I'll do here now is I want this fly to ride this way with the hook up. So I'm going to turn it this way, bring myself in some smaller dumbbell eyes. Give it enough weight. Bit of a dredger here. It's got a nice long tail. I don't know, call it a bunny dredger, call it whatever you want. I just call it Brents Dredger. I've never seen one quite like it. I like this fly, the way it swims and behaves, so we'll just go with that. My video, I can call it what I want. No, I wouldn't. I don't want to take somebody else's patterns or whatever. We all kind of work off each other's patterns. There's kind of different designs, of course. So here I'm going to just get a little cement on here so as it comes out of the bottle. Sometimes it's a little slow to show up the party, isn't it? So I'll bring in that super weld. Now I'll get some thread in here again, get that all wound up nice and tight. Got to keep that hair out of the glue. That's always a good idea. Maybe I should just pin it all back. I'll leave it all out of the way for now, and then we'll be safe. Okay, now I'll bring in some of this ultra wire. This is a brassy, nice soft wire. Tie that in here, just catch that in. Back over itself. You want to get your fingers in that glue. Okay, I'd wait for that all to dry at this point, but we're just going to keep on tying. You guys want to see this job done. Okay, I'll bring my dubbing table in and Throw the pine thread over the table. We'll bring in our secret sauce here. I'll like to use the purple on the back, or you can use a purple in the front. This time I'm going to go with the Steelhead. This is kind of a silver Dr. Blue. This nice long, this is cross cuts. Bring that in here. Nothing breeds better than rabbit. Now I'll bring in some of this cross cut purple. This is a little bit shorter for color. Kind of tones down that blue a little bit at the front. Then this nice stub here, this is a steely blue. Kind of a nice coarse. It's got a little pink in there too. You can see that little pink highlights in it. Really nice. That's a good material, and I'll just sprinkle that on top. Now we're going to make our dubbing brush. If you don't have an ore vise, you know how you make your dubbing brushes. Dubbing loops. You can make them with the electric drill like I showed you on the other video. Okay, so I'm going to just cut this off right there. You can leave that brush for a second. I have another little addition on the bottom here I want to finish up before I tie that in. Okay. So now we know this is the bottom of the fly, right? So I want to bring in grab my other bobbin here. Where is it? There it is. So this is the bottom. I need a little flash. Just make it interesting down there. So what I'm putting on the bottom here is Isabu in purple. This is really nice stuff. This is great material. It's been around a long time too. They're really good. So I'll just take a little bit of that, fold it around my shank or my thread, and we'll just tie that on the bottom. And that kind of covers up that hair. Now I'm going to come through here. I want that hair to be just kind of snug. And then I'm going to wrap that down right there. Get some good turns. Flip off the excess side. Oh, that hurt. That was a good one. You know, and another good thing to do is put a pencil eraser or something on the bottom of those, or on that hook. That'll eliminate a lot of pain and blood loss. So this is not a sport for the weak at heart. We'll go with that. Now bring in my dubbing brush again. Tie that in. From behind the eyes, throw a half hitch in here. Now it shouldn't be bleeding too bad. Okay, now I'll bring in my little hackle pliers here. These are the little clamp style, and I can give it a couple turns to make sure I can hook it up nice and tight. So we just fold this back. Make sure that hook shank again. If I do it the third time, then I'm going to really be upset. Then I'm not, I can't learn. But so then I just kind of fold that hair back as I go. And I get to tie this off, this wire. And just cut that off with the inside of your scissors. Don't cut it off the tips of your scissors. You'll wreck it real quick. Scissors nice and sharp. And here's a whip finish tool. We're going to get our little Matarelli in here. Put some cement in there later. Gonna put that right on your thread at that point. I'll finish up. And then I just give this nice brush back. Purple kind of gives a nice little accent at the front. And see that ice stub kind of blended in that hair. Looks really good. It's a nice color. Got this Isaboo coming in there, looking after that hide, the bear hide on the bottom. And here's a fly, like I said, it gets down real nice for fishing sink tips or even dry lines or whatever. This fly will work in different water. It follows your leader really nice, and it's got a great color combination. So hope that helps you out. You get a few of these dredgers in your box and swing them in front of some beautiful steelhead and send me the pictures. So I'd like to thank you again for watching today's video, and don't forget, just hit on my mug shot there. You can subscribe. That'll take you right to my channel, and also the other little icon there, you're going to see another one of our videos, so maybe you want to go check that out. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for joining us today with our fly guy Brent Schlenker. Check out his new videos on Brent's YouTube channel and Sport Fishing on the Fly.